pack for an ultra-distance cycling event. Today I'm gonna answer some of your questions about my setup for Transiberica, a self-supported bikepacking race of 3,600 kilometers cycling through the Iberian Peninsula. We're gonna have a look at the bike, the setup, the bags, what is inside, and some tips and tricks I learned during the race, so stay tuned. For this event I decided to carry as little as possible, as it is in the month of August, quite warm, and it had 50,000 meters of elevation gain. I only took the CycleLite Aero bar bag of 5 liters, the RESTRAP top tube bag of 1.5 liters, and the Apidura saddle bag of 7 liters, so I had around 13.5 liters of capacity, which was enough in this case, but for other events like race around the Netherlands, I took my tailfin that has 20 liters of capacity. All these bags are waterproof and they were really useful, so inside the bags I had the following items. Inside my CycleLite Aero bar bag, what I carry is of course a pack of HARIBO, always in my bag. Also really easy to access on the Aero bar bag while riding, which I really like. Always have your snacks at hand. Then as emergency food I use this MAURTEN powder, so you can mix it with water and I can try to reach the next resupply point. I also start the races with some MAURTEN on my bottles because it's easy on the stomach. Then I also have some gels for quick energy when a climb comes. Some emergency kit, plasters and some scissors, toothbrush, then the Lensine pocket dry pump, really small and lightweight. Also I have sunscreen. In Spain you really need it, it's really sunny and hot. Then the PETZL light, this one is a headlamp, it's really lightweight and small, but I wouldn't use it again because it's not really bright. Then I have some specialized gloves with Polar Tech, I think it's the same ones Strasser has on Transcontinental Race. The RESTRAP straps, you never know when you need to strap something. Face mask, lip sun protector, knee warmers instead of leg warmers to save some weight. Reflective vest, some of you asked me which one it is, so I will leave a link in the description below. And then an ANKER power bank of 10 milliamperes. Inside my RESTRAP top tube bag, what I had was my wallet. I bought it in Spain just before the race to carry some pocket money and my documents. Then I had a cooling headband from OMIUS, so some of you asked me in the video what was the headband that I had, so it's actually something I saw triathletes using while running, but I wouldn't use it for cycling because it's really delicate and they don't have a guarantee. It broke after 2 days. A triple B lock when you have to park your bike to go inside a supermarket or the gas station. A multi-tool, always have it at hand. Then some chamois cream, don't forget it, you will need it. Then I have a charging cable for my devices, and that's it, everything in my top tube bag. Inside my saddle bag, what I carried was mostly a spare pair of bib shorts, which I find really useful. It's a personal preference, but I really like to have them. Then I had a Pass Normal stowaway gilet, which I use most of the race because it's really lightweight and water repellent. I also had the RAPHA Pro Team isolated jacket with Polar Tech. Then I had some socks. I like to have a spare pair of socks to change it. Spare kit, so I ran Continental 5000S tubeless tires, but I had a tube just in case. Dyna plug, so I can plug the tire if there's a small hole. Then I had some spare lube, Absolute Black Graphene lube, which is great. It lasted nearly the whole race. I only had to re-lube once after 1,500 kilometers or more, I think. Spare derailleur hanger, really important. My Di2 charger, some plugs for my devices, so I was not running a dynamo hub, so I charge my devices every time I stop in a hotel, but I think for the next races I might go for a dynamo hub. Then I have an emergency blanket, a must-have. I used it when there was a storm in the mountains, so I was really happy to have one of those. For the race, I used my Cervelo ASPERO gravel bike. You can find the full review in the link above. So this bike comes with 1134 cassette at the back and 4831 chainring at the front. GRX 815. I wanted GRX to have the gravel gear, so I had enough gears to go up the steep climbs with all the luggage. The bike also comes with reserve 32 wheels with D2 Swiss hubs, which are really good, and I had it in combination with Continental 5000S tubeless tires. I had 30 at the front to be more aerodynamic and 32 at the back for comfort. So tubeless, I had Ceylon inside in case there was a puncture, and I also use the Dynaplax when there is like a small hole on the tire, so I find tubeless works quite well for me. Then I had on my cockpit, a lot of you asked me about it. I did it, it's a custom cockpit, so I changed the handlebar. I put an aero handlebar with enough clamping area for aero bars, and I mounted the Deda Jet aero bar that has an integrated mount for your computer. I had a Garmin computer, but it broke during the race. It's supposed to be waterproof, but after the storm it got wet and it didn't charge anymore, so then I have to use the backup Wahoo computer that I had, but I didn't have the route here, so load your routes on your computer if you're carrying a ASPERO one. I had a special mount on the Deda aero bars that my bike mechanic made for me. Genius, thanks John. And I use it to mount my light, so I had this lens sign 700 XL light, which is really nice. It's not really potent, but it does the job. Actually, I was carrying another light, the Moon Meteor, but this one is really heavy and it also blinds the cars. So I don't know, I was blinding all the cars and I couldn't use the light. It's great for off-road, but I wouldn't use it on road. The Garmin radar light, which was really useful, especially at night, because it warns you if there's a car coming. And I had another light, a spare light, a Cerberus, Moon Cerberus, which is really good. The battery lasts a very long time. And I had a bell kind of alarm, so if somebody moves my bike, it will start making sounds. It was super useful. I had my bike set up for road, even though it's a gravel bike, which were really good and was super comfortable, especially because there were some gravel roads in Transiberica. I didn't plan very well my race, so tip: plan properly your route if you're doing a self-routed event. Some of you asked me which helmet I use, so I had the newest Specialized EVA 3 helmet, so I decided to change the EVA 2 for the EVA 3 because this one has more ventilation, so Transiberica was quite warm. So this is my bike and equipment. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button below. It really helps to support the channel. Thanks for watching. See you soon.